Hello YouTube, welcome to Bub's World. I'm your host Bub, and today we're going to get into some original art that I picked up from the Toledo Fantasticon in Toledo, Ohio. So here's what happened. I went through the whole convention, and I was looking for someone to do some sketch covers. So as you guys know, I picked up this one, Star Wars Bounty Hunter #1, and I had it commissioned by a guy named Jason Moore to do he's an inker. He did some ink work for Dave Acosta on an Elvira comic. And I think he's done other stuff as well. So there you go. I had him do that. So you guys have seen this in a previous haul. Looks very good. Very pleased with it. Then on his table, he had some published original art pages. And so now he's an inker. So what that means is, in this case, this is not the original pencils, but it's the original inks. So the penciler, in this case, Dave Acosta, he sent, who does a lot of Elvira books, he's comics. He sent the digital pencils, right, a copy of the digital pencils to the inker. The inker prints it out on these big giant, comic boards that they draw on. And then he lays over the inks. And then he scans it and sends it to, I think, the letterer or the colorist, one of those. And then they do their work, and then it gets published. So what I have here is a comic art board that has his original inks on it. So it's his work in inks. So anyway, they had he had a bunch of them. He had just a ton of them, and I said, and they were, various priced. And I said, I was already commissioning this piece of art, and it was already getting kind of pricey. And I was like, well, let's make a deal on one of these original art pages. And I told him that I throw out a price, and I said, here's my price, but here's the deal. And it was a lowball offer, nearly half of what the lowest price one there was. I said, here's my offer. I'll pick the price. You pick the page. Because I looked through all the pages. They all look good. He had maybe 10 pages, and they all looked really good. And I said, you pick the page, I pick the price, and I'll be happy with whichever one you choose. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll let you pick one of three. I said, okay. So he picked out three, and then he narrowed it down to three, and then I chose the one that I liked the best. Well, the one I liked the best had a big blank space on it. So my idea was to have him to put something in that space. So I not only got a published page, but I also had it kind of personalized. So let's make me small and get to the haul. Yo! All right. So here is the page that I had done, or the page that was done. So it is page 39 from Elvira, Wrath of Khan, C-O-N. And this was a big blank space, and I had him put BUB'S World in there. So he inked that in, which looks pretty good. So this is and these are big. These published pages are big size. They're like the size of they're bigger than treasuries, or a little bit bigger than treasuries. So you see that there, all that good ink work, looks really good. So now I thought that I owned this book already, because I remember seeing some of these images or similar images before, and I thought that I owned this book already, but it turns out I did not. So look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Bub's World. So I didn't already own this book, so of course I had to run out and grab it. So here's Elvira, Mistress of the Dark in the Wrath of Khan. There you go. And this was a Kickstarter exclusive. Here's the Virgin cover. I went and got something of a complete set. There's other versions, but these are the ones I was after. So I had missed this Kickstarter because I had just done a Kickstarter with them, and I didn't want to, double, triple up. There's a photo cover, which has been used several times now. That same photo. So this one is not in as good a shape. It's got a couple of bends and stuff. So this might be the one that I end up using for display. And then, I got the Kickstarter goodies to go along with it. So there's like a postcard. I think Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, I believe his name is Mike. He did a good good review of these when they came out. So get that to focus up. Nope. All right, doesn't want to do it. And then here's another one. And here's, I like this one the best. Like, I'll probably put that one up somewhere. I like it so well. That one looks really good. Like that, that's just awesome. I love that. And then here's another one similar to the postcard. And then here's a little thing there. A little sticker. Here's that one. Boy, it just doesn't like that one. Well, it's the same as the cover, so you get the idea. There it is. So there you go. So let me show you the interior page that this is taken from. You're gonna love it. So yeah, the guy was super cool. Follow him on Instagram, Jason Moore. I have all the different covers here. So let me get to. It's a really cool book. I mean, it's super fun, goofy. If you like Elvira, you'll like this book. All right, so there you go. Look how crazy that page is. So those are the two pages side by side. My version, which is the inked only, before color and lettering. So look, the letterist went crazy on this. So there's a lot of stuff put all over the place with the lettering. So you can kind of see the difference there. I mean, that has nothing, right? And then all that lettering. And you can see now the Omega Ma'am, that was another Kickstarter book, which I have. And so all those clappings from the theater and everything. And it's like a convention hall. So the whole thing takes place inside of a convention. A Comic-Con. So you can see all this was blank because that was all done with color and lettering. So that's why I hadn't put the BUB'S World in there, because otherwise it would have been completely blank. And you see that, all the talking in there and all her talking there. So isn't that fantastic? I love it. I absolutely love it. This will be the kind of thing that is going to be difficult to display, but I'd like to kind of display it. If I had my druthers, I would display it like that. Like right like that. And that way you'd be able to see the two side by side. And then I'll probably put some of the Kickstarter stuff here and around it. So, and including my card, which I have with this right now. I should have got two cards from the guy, but maybe I'll see him at another convention and pick up another one. So there you go. All right, well, that's it. That's my haul. My first piece of published original art. And I checked with the original art community. Shout out to Kavi and the boys, of the Comic Books NYC. I checked with all those guys to make sure that I should call it original art, even though it's not pencils, it's inks. I just wanted to make sure that I had the terminology right, and I got the thumbs up approval to go ahead and advertise this, if you will, as original art. So that's what it is, and it's a published page. It's my first one, and now, like everyone who picks up a published page, the question is, what the heck to do with this thing? It's so big. And shout out to Silver Age Dave, who made this custom backing board for me on a foam board so that it would survive the trip home. So all right, everybody, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time on in BUB'S World. Remember to read a comic, pick up some original art, and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.